What's up, my fellow rock hounds? Just wanted to show you some of the best stuff that I was able to pick the other day out of somebody's gravel bed. I was helping a guy out, and he says, I got a bunch of gemstones and stuff on the side of the house here. You can dig through them if you want. And it looked like a bunch of junk at first, just like leaves and some rocks. But I started looking and I'm like, oh, he's got petrified wood. And I was like, oh, he's got some stuff he's cut up lapidarily, like told me he's bought out a few rock shops, and just a really cool guy. I'm from New Hampshire. Turns out he's from Vermont. So anyway, we started becoming friends, and he said, Jameson, go ahead and pick through all this stuff and get whatever you want. You can come back whenever you want. So I've been back a couple times, and I've been picking. But at first it was a lot of agates and petrified wood. Then I started getting down and finding cool stuff like this feldspar crystal with these little riders on it. Ended up finding some smoky quartz in his pile, deep down, almost at the bottom. Some big, gorgeous smoky with the hematite inclusions with that red. I mean, that was worth it right there for this beauty. It was worth all the digging and cleanup that I did for him. But I was pulling the rocks away so he could have his house painted. And it's like, take whatever you want. And I certainly did. I've got fossil specimens here. You see the agatized seashell in there? Essentially, that's, what that is. When they cut that material, polish it or do whatever, that's a raw piece, which I'd never seen. So yeah, got hooked up. Look at this. Found some Amazonite. I was just like, unbelievable that was hanging out in there. A couple other pieces. Look at the agates. Look at the botryoidal. Just subtle little things where I was like, whoa, keeping that. Okay, I can do something with that, etc. Still got dirt on it. Still come fresh out of the bucket. Other stuff that I'm still picking through that I found. I don't know if that's a jasper or what the heck that is, but this thing is just awesome. Looks like the end of a femur or something like that. I don't know, it could be bone, who knows. Fluorite. Got some green. Barite. Got a bunch of that pulled out of there. Petrified wood. Quartz crystals. What is that? A little more fluorite. Then look at that coral. I mean, thank you, Martin. Really appreciate what he's given me. Look at that lace. This guy hooked it up. This agate nodule, whatever this is, this chalcedony, this thing is absolutely amazing. It's as big as a goose egg. And it is just gorgeous. I got a couple of these. Not with the other ones, not quite this big. Beautiful piece of petrified wood limb cast with like a natural erosion from the water dropping on it or something. I don't know. Stuff like that tickles my fancy. There was another jasper that had a deep portion where water had just eroded it an inch or two into the rock. It was beautiful, but stuff like that I would find in nature, and I would grab it anyway. So if it's sitting on the side of your house and you're going to let me have it, hey, thank you. More petrified wood. Beautiful example of like seam agates, and these just beautiful agates that he gave me. Just tons of stuff like this. Sorry for my dirty nails. My thumb is tore up from digging through his rock bed with bare hands. Had some stuff cut me a little bit too, but another fossil. Got a little paint on there I gotta chip off, but that's what happens when you get stuff around people's houses that's been sitting there for decades. Nice river washed quartz crystal. Those are awesome. I found a giant smoky at the bank like that. A giant smoky like this big. And I'm just like right outside the front door of the bank. Cha-ching. That's beautiful though, with that hematite on that smoky tip. The one I really love, this is like a pyramid to me though. This is like one of my favorite scores. This is a piece of petrified wood that I think is cut open, but the green color in this wood is really unique. It's kind of like root material, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Because there was some other stuff. I've gotten some stuff down from the Castle Rock, Colorado area, and you get a lot of these reds and greens in it, like this has here on the backside. And a lot of the good wood's been picked, and a lot of what's left is kind of this scrubby stuff. Like the good top wood has been pulled off, and then whatever was left under the ground is kind of what's left. This is another nodule. I don't know if that's going to be a geode. What that is going to be, if that's coral, I don't know exactly, because there was another geode right there that I thought was kind of cool that looked similar but not quite, so I'm not sure. It's like an agate geode. Now the kicker of all this is this rock here. I could be a fool, but it's really, really heavy, okay? It's really heavy. And it looks like there may be gold inclusions throughout this. So, I might have just scored some gold. I'm not sure, but I'm telling you, it is heavy. So, he came out and asked me if I found any diamonds. And this guy's pretty blunt, so there could be diamonds in this bed. I don't know if he's kidding or what. So anyway, if that turns out to be gold, this weighs, I would say, 4 or 5 pounds. So I could be in the money with this one. We'll see. But anyway, got some awesome stuff from an awesome guy. And I feel extremely lucky, and I wanted to share it with you guys. All right.